Boy, it's a picture-perfect afternoon here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The roof is open, and it is time for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. They met in back-to-back Super Bowls in the 90s, and they're together again. The Cowboys and Bills are underway. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And Dak going to start out going to the air. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Yeah. Let's go, Dallas.
Yeah. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. They run here with Rico Dowdle. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. The carry here for the big tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Now a 2nd and 6. Well, look at this, a tight end carry. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. On the run, it's Dowdle. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Play action now, Prescott. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there, the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came out with the horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the 20, here's a 2nd down and 4. They run again with Dowdle. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
It's a bit of a dangerous part of the field for them to break into their bag of tricks, but for a minute there, I thought it was going to set up perfectly for them. Instead, they don't get into the end zone, but they do pick up positive yardage.
Under. Gotta make a play here. Switch it, hey.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. A running play, it's Dowdle. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Rico Dowdle. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Allen off the play fake. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. A big play here for Buffalo. And even 50 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field.
We are just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. And we are underway in Buffalo. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
This 2nd and 4. Now it's Jackson. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 44 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Henry out of the pistol. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Jackson firing quickly out wide for Bateman. Only able to gain a couple there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run for it with Henry. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also...
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Off play action. Allen. They'll roll him out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Allen. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Allen taking it himself, and he is going to have a Bills 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. They run for the first time with James Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. Throwing now is Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice game there. This one goes for 20.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Allen going to throw. That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Bills are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Bass. Up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Jackson now off the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
They go play action with Jackson out to his left. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Well, they try to take it.
Let's go.
And it's intercepted. And we need a squad trying to take their shot right there. Usually the ball has to be thrown out a little bit more. You just mentioned it. The ball went up there. Reaction time to the defenders. They win the day and intercept it. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Get off me, dog. Let's go.
Switch installed, allowing for multiple shots with one squeeze of the trigger. Prosecutors are urging parents to search their children's rooms for guns.
After the brutal bus-stop murder of alleged Fast Break affiliate Damon Taylor, the Fast Break gang came right back sliding in his name because the very next day on March 6th at about 3 p.m., a group of teenagers were standing at a bus stop in the Burholm neighborhood when a dark blue vehicle pulled up and a group of masked men got out.
And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get through. Oh, and
Let's go.
Continue. Here's another one intercepted. Pick made by Terrell Bernard. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him on 1st and goal at the 5. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pound their lead.
They had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. And that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dalton Kincaid on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills will extend their lead here just before halftime. Tyler Bass now for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down. Needed the 40, but he's a yard or 2 shy. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. That's going deep for Bateman. And incomplete on the deep ball. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with the lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. Coaches, we know the professions of plays, and they had to work this out in that first half.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Allen now looks to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Cook is in. Touchdown, Bills. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Pass on for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. He's got room at the 30. Down to the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. 65 yards. And the Ravens are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Cooper's first catch, and good for a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to have a Bills 1st down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him involved in the passing game. There he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the fourth quarter. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. On play action, Allen. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Trenton Simpson, well, he just flew in there to drop him.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. Sean McDermott didn't hesitate. They'll go for it on fourth. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And the Bills are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Cook will score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
And that right there is a definition of a statement drive. You're in the fourth quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Allen will try to throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Here's Jackson to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. They churning up the whistle. The run credited for the sack. Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Jackson now. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks up. And the Bills are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line.
Welcome to the historic Inner Harbor of Baltimore, Maryland. Just a stone's throw away, you find M&T Bank Stadium. The home of the Raiders. One is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. In a nice game there on first down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. Jackson now on second down. There's a short one caught by Andrews. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. Design run here with Jackson.
And a nice job there defensively on third down, not overcommitting to their pass rush. Having a plan for this quarterback as a designed runner, they're able to stop him short of the first down.
On fourth down, they snap it to Jackson. Taking off, he'll try to get there. They convert with a gain of 15.
Fourth and short, initially, you could tell. He's just trying to get this ball out of his hand quickly, just enough to move the chains. Defense did a good job taking his reads away, so he turns into a runner, puts his head down, picks up the first down, and keeps this drive alive.
And this time the rush gets home, and down he goes. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. From the gun, Jackson. Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Benford. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
That's taken in. It's James Cook. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time the team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here. Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
He'll find his running back, Cook. And he's in. James Cook. Touchdown, Bills.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here. Takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A handoff here to start the drive, but this will end up being the reverse. They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
They'll run out of the gun with Henry. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So after 1, 7-0 is our score. We'll be back in Baltimore after this.
Field, man, I'm gonna put that jersey on. You gotta step it up. What's that? Are you kidding me?
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll motion over Flowers. 2nd down. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Let's make no mistake about it, Mike. I mean, this passing game, it just has not been very efficient here in the first half. I mean, they've produced more yards on the ground than through the air, and incompletions like that certainly aren't going to help.
This one complete to Bateman. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down. Jackson now to throw on 1st down. Hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Jackson. That one knocked away and incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his...
This one intercepted. Picked off by Christian Benford. And he'll be taken down, and there is a flag on the play. This is going to be a huge call.
Who's he looking at?
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw. Off balance throw. It's complete.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
Number 1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage.
That is intercepted. Picked off by Rasul Douglas. Inside the 20. And he is going to bring this one back. A saw it earlier. The defense on the quarterback with the earlier interception. And now, Greg, not only do they pick them, they turn it into a pick six.
And, Mike, the reality is this has just been a bad first half throwing the football. I mean, not only is it a second interception, but this time the defense gets their hands on the ball, and they're able to take it all the way back for the pick six.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. He's got Aguilar. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to Baltimore after this. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Jackson. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
Yeah.
3rd and short, Jackson. He did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss.
Sometimes you just have to know when it's time to go home. You got to know when the party is over, and I'm not taking anything away from the effort. It was a great job here by the quarterback to extend this play as long as he could, but instead of throwing it away at the end, he ends up taking the sack.
4th down, Jackson. Now, deep ball for Bateman. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Rasul Douglas. And the Bills are going to get this back at their own 34-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
He keeps it himself. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Allen. He gets this to the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And will move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
What a pickup, a gain of 18. And it sets up 1st and goal. They'll go with the sneak. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Buffalo. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Bass's kick is good. And the Bills will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
Want to quit, ready?
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Start the drive on the ground, and here comes a reverse. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold them to a gain of 2. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills on top. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, for the coaches, Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. No gain on the play.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
He'll go right and find his running back. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. Allen going to give it to Cook. Finds room inside the 40. The speed on display. He's in. James Cook. Touchdown, Bills. He has a touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
In it to win it.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. They'll go 3 tight ends here on first and 10. They'll go right back to Henry. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. They'll go again here with Henry. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll come up here first and 10. On the give, here's Henry. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. On the first down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. It's Henry. And he'll be near the first down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on third down. Now it's Jackson. He'll try to run. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Well, after being shut out in the first half, it has to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. But now the question we have to ask is there enough time to come all the way back?
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a little belief that they can stay in this game? That's where to start. That's good. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. And now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll throw on 1st down with Allen.
So there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the 1st down. Nice gain of 5.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And this throw batted away and incomplete. Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. 3rd and 6. Throwing is Allen. He's got his man, that's Kincaid. Allen with this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Cook. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
That's Allen to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. On 3rd down, they go with Cook. Got a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their 2nd. The stoppage comes with just over a minute to play in this one. On fourth down, Tyler Bass now for the Bills field goal. This about as short as you can get. Bass's kick is good. And the Bills will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Jackson. Taking off.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short game.
Now, deep ball for Bateman. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter. Well, they all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports as we see the two teams who fought back in Super Bowl 32. It's the Denver Broncos and the Green Bay Packers. Coming up next.
We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lambeau. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential, and he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Love looking to throw it. Short throw, he's got Kraft. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40.
That was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Working out of the gun. Love. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Packers' 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the 1st down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Jacobs from the gun. Bulldozes past him. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Play action this time with Love. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Love. That's taken in by Watson. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 14. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
On play action, Love to throw. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon. They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson.
Wrap up here, boys. Keep it going. Take it to up. Let's go. Go big. Back to the end zone.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their rookie QB, the young man out of Oregon.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, here's Nix. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Here's Nix. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. In motion right goes Sutton. And he's going to handle it on the touch pass. The tackle made by Kingsley Enagbare.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 9. To throw is Nix. Throw here's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Hey, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
They did something to disrupt that timing.
1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Back to the air with Nix. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. 9 yards that time.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it, I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the 1st down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
And room there to work it inside the 25. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, that run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
They'll go play action with Nix. He'll buy some time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Will Sean Gary that time fighting for you and getting to the quarterback.
chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Now it's Nix. He completes this to Sutton. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. But give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has, and if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throwing Nix. That's complete to Troutman right side. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. In motion right goes Sutton. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Javonte Williams, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Off the play fake, Love. They'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and a yard. counter play with Jacobs. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. 3rd down and 1. Love, they go play action now. A short throw to Musgrave, and he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Love. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of the times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Packers have taken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
McManus now for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams.
And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Nix to the air.
Open man downfield. It's Bailey. He's to the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. 73 yards.
And the Broncos are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
And they'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Play fake. Here's Love. Looking deep here for Dobbs. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Dobbs, 66 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. So what a start. It's not often you even get 3 possessions in a first quarter, but he now has 3 touchdown passes. Now McManus for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Set to take over, the Broncos offense trots back out. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Working out of the gun is Nix. We'll get that complete to Velo. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Operating from the gun. Nix throwing the out route incomplete. That's Williams. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
If you're running out well, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Off the play fake, Nix. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10. Back to throw. Nix. And he comes back with one complete. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Nix from the shotgun. Being chased out left. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Bo Nix, 15 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with it. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was finished by the touchdown run from the 15. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Packers offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out onto the field. And he's off to a fast start throwing the football. Pretty good numbers already for just the first quarter of play. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. They'll fake the jet sweep there. Instead, hand to Jacobs up the middle. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Love looking to throw it. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job, and Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit to prevent him from making another catch to his big start.
The Broncos on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you try to have a few men in the box there.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. The tackle there by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy gets a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Open man is the tight end Troutman. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Nix. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 58 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered him down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Now a 1st carry for their fullback. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Big Kenny Clark that time, pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but right from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Now Lutz for the field goal try. This from 36 yards out. The kick by Lutz is good. And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Packers offense and Romeo Doubs getting ready to go back to work. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 8. Play action this time with Love. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. Denver Broncos back out there. Former Tar Heel Javonte Williams. We shine the spotlight on him. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. On the counter, here's Williams. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Third down and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Nix. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked up by Xavier McKinney. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. In motion left goes Watson. Following the interception, Love. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Now a 2nd and 10. In motion right, Dobbs. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here's 3rd and 3. To pass, here's Jordan Love. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Complete once again to Watson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
In motion right, Dobbs. Here's Jacobs. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Jacobs again. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Josh Jacobs, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are able to move back in front.
Ah, what a luxury it is to be able to call a bowling ball like Josh Jacobs down near the goal line. 5'10", 220 pounds, and he's not afraid to get in there and get the tough yards. He finishes off this drive with a touchdown run.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Broncos offense and Javonte Williams head out for this next drive. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead. Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's Lucas Van Ness there to drop him behind the line.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Here's Nix. He'll drop this down to Williams. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in coverage. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On play action, here's Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. To throw is Nix. Eluding the pressure right. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Throwing Nix. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him, in with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And we are hitting the home stretch here toward halftime. And to this point, this has been an exciting offensive explosion for both sides.
I think everyone in the stadium is going to have to regroup a little bit, including the two of us. Yeah, I think we have to get a little oxygen, relax a little bit, and see what we can get going for the second half, the same as these teams, because right now everything's working really well. Can someone come up with something to slow them down?
Yeah, both defenses back on their heels. Got Dobbs over the middle. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
Now Love. That's to Kraft, the tight end. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing. Love. That's complete to Dobbs. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. To the air again, Love. A short throw to Musgrave. He's into space past the 25. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open, just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Love now. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Romeo Dobbs with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. McManus now for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. 5 plays there on that drive. And that drive all capped off with a Romeo Dobbs touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. The Broncos offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Second down and 4. Now it's Nix. He'll get that complete to Vela. Down the left sideline. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth,
and we can't just be starting crazy rumors like that. Ashanti is a beautiful woman.
Offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having strengths here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right time. Today
they got to give you something that they can hold against.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And this is now a 1-point game.
Hey, so did you ever get your chain back from Greg? Come on, gang, stop playing on me. Nobody take my chain. And nobody take my chain. Stop playing on me. Stop playing on me. You know I finesse that. I don't want that bad. I got all views on YouTube for that. And I kind of like a very great nigga queen. I'll bet it that. So nobody take my chain, DJ. You stop playing on me. I got a chain on. You see a chain on my neck? You shaking your head like that. You know ain't nobody take my shit, DJ. Stop playing on me. You trying to get me robbed in Chicago? They don't try to get me in no jump. You trying to get me robbed?
7 seconds to go.
We gonna make sure you're safe over here. No, I'm gonna make sure I'm safe. I got no fear.
Risk anything here late in the half. They'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Come on, gang. I don't want to talk about Grady Quiz. He killed his cousin, gang. Come on, he killed his cousin. So, you know, I had to kind of like finesse him. He had an attitude problem. He got anger issues. And then, like, when you got ankle issues, I kind of like, I can't keep you around. And he kind of like a killer game. He will probably want to kill you. And like, when you said that, and he was shot your shit. Shot your shit clean off. So you don't want to talk about him. He shoot shit. Yeah, wipe your eyes. Suck it all off. He shoot shit. That's why he quit him, gang.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our
breath.
As we'll head down to Orlando to Curly Fireman, Jonathan Coachman, our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
I love smoke on. He had a problem with me. You give me the plastic part. I tell the coach, smoke it all down. Give me the plastic part. Yeah, so I got my mama. He said, I'm playing. He shot his club and shit.
He was on point repeatedly.
Tired of overpaying for red?
With 4 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters alone.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back.
Man, that's crazy, man. I had only heard about him, you know, via you. You know what I'm saying? I know he's from Alabama or something, so that's why I was trying to, you know, really...
Yeah, I've been in him. Because, you know, Alabama, he couldn't leave the room. Every time he left, they would shoot up his shit. I think his cousins were kind of like big down there.
Shootout so far.
Like, and everybody like black and mild. You know, Alabama, one thing, we trash. So everybody got black and mild. So they don't play about black and mild down there, gang.
And now a little across the 25 to the 27.
Don't call it the black and mild, Alabama. Yeah, they kill you about black and mild.
Getting set for this next possession.
Chicago,
we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now.
Yeah, great equators, they kill you about black and mild in Alabama. So if you go to Alabama with a whole lot of black and mild, give me the red. Hold on, mama. Go down over black and mild. Yeah, but he's wrong there, but he's right.
A lot of southern states be crazy over the blacks. They crazy over them in Florida. They crazy over them in Kentucky. You know.
Stop playing on me. I thought that was the first time I got over black.
The Broncos on the field ready to start their next drive. Well, Charles, and that first half we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here starting with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this.
Since you are here in Chicago, bro, we gotta have you break down the whole BD, GD, Vice Lord concept. GD, BD, how you flip it. Where you get that from?
Everybody got a problem. Who is David?
David Barksdale?
The David that owned the game. The first game. Who Larry get it from?
Able to hook up with Williams here.
Okay, now you gotta like understand. Yeah, Larry David game. It's kind of like the same. I'm giving a little hope because they both got like made the game. But not the game. It's not the coach and development. You can't say like the game. But they kind of like both made it. So when I say GDBD Vice Lord and Larry David, stop playing on me. I kind of like showing a little both of them. Ain't no disrespectful shit. I'm a GDBD game, but I'm Vice Lord too. Cause like, I'm everything.
Larry David. The open man. That's complete. And he'll take this all the way down.
Okay, then you got the red and blue rag around your cup. That makes it look pretty blood.
52 yards.
I'm pretty blood too. I'm pretty blood. I'm great feet. I'm 6'0". And then I'm blood. I'm bounty hunter. I'm everything in the blood. I'm two-top. Power rule, everything. I'm blood. I'm crip. I'm the streets, gang. The problem is I ain't really the body. I'm the spirit. It's all over. So I'm every gang. Ain't none of them real. What they real?
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he is
yeah, let's talk about the spirit, bro. I know you mentioned earlier, you know, you want to talk about the cup later. You know, now we're here later in our interview, man. You definitely got a lot of charisma about yourself, you know, and when you talk, I can tell the people listen, even though the message might come in a comedic way, you still get your point across. You know, I can tell you're a very intelligent man. You know what I'm saying? So talk to us right now, 607 about, you know, how you're feeling spiritually in the position that you're in life right now.
I don't think that player had a chance to succeed right from the start. Unfortunately, they couldn't call it better. The defense is really what they were trying to get done.
So first and second down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. To the right side, he's got Bailey.
And that's kind of like
and he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
But my thing is this. Life don't believe
for the field goal try.
We
From
all
the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt.
nobody taking control. Let me ask you a question, DJ.
Lutz is good, and they have
You ever seen anything in life that wasn't a cycle?
They don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the
repeats
third
itself
quarter, but I
every
think
day.
maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on.
It's a cycle
right?
game.
You
We
go
all
downfield, get
trapped.
some points up on the board, and
And
hope that you've
my
motivated
biggest
your
fear
defense to take the
is
field
that
and hold that lead.
everybody just stay trapped. So if you ask me about my spirit, I don't want to wake people up, gang. We kind of like stuck. The world simulation, the ice wall is blocking us in. They keep tripping like they landed on the moon. Did you know it's really year 5026? Did you know that? Yeah, the year is really 5026. Because this is what they do.
The Packers
After
offense and their
lot of
quarterback set to
generations,
take the field once
they kill
more.
everybody.
And he had it going in the first
We
half,
went broke
that's
that
for sure.
slavery,
He's
gang.
really had his way
And
with
that's why
his
I told you, but
secondary.
the thing
They've
is,
been powerless
slavery
to
never
stop
happened.
him. And
You
he'll
didn't
look
come
to
over
keep
here
it
by no
rolling right
boat.
here.
But they want you to believe that. So when you ask me about the spirit, I tell you don't nobody want to hear it. You never was a slave, gang.
The
You
Packer
was God.
offense ready to get their
And they
next
kinda like
drive
trick you.
underway.
But the
And
thing
they
is,
find
they tell you
themselves
you was a
down on
slave,
the
you won't
scoreboard following the
get your
field goal
power.
a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game
It
now,
wasn't no dinosaur
I would
people.
consider that a win for their
That's what I
defense.
want.
And that's
Everything
probably
they
what
tell
they're
you,
telling
and
the
let me tell you
offense when
something
they
else,
get
it
to
didn't
the
come from no
bench.
apes.
Hey, the onus is
Because
on
there
you
wouldn't be
guys
no more
now.
apes.
Get back out there and get
Stop
us the
playing on
lead
me.
back.
You was not unconscious and you dreaming, DJ.
Really nice
Wake up.
defense on that play. The pitch
Wake
and
up.
catch was successful, but not any run after it.
From the 33,
Right, bro.
here's
We living in
second
the
and
Matrix.
5.
Yeah.
In motion, right comes Reed.
And that's why I'm in
Going to get it
Chicago.
up on the touch pass. And he'll be limited
That's
to
why
a
I'm in
short
Chicago.
gain up to about the 34-yard line.
They
5
think
yards
that
on first down,
Chicago
but now just
bad.
a 1-yard
But
pickup there on
where did
second.
Jesus go?
A nice play
Jesus
design
went and
there
got
with the touch
Saul.
pass. Looked good at the start,
Saul
but
had more
bottom
body.
line, the
He had more
defense
hats
was
than
ready.
King
They
Von and
did a
everybody
nice
in
job
Chicago put
scouting,
together.
didn't they? Not just scouting,
So I came to
but
Chicago
now
to get my
executing
killer.
once they saw the
Right?
play for real.
And then we got to take the
Having
world.
worked on it all week in
See,
practice.
what you don't know
They drilled
is
on the play,
that I'm
they
about
drilled
to.
him.
He's got his target.
I'm
That's
going to change a
complete.
lot of shit.
And he's going to have the Packers first down by about 3 yards or
I'm
so
being
as
led
they
by the
wind
devil.
up getting 7 there on
But the
3rd
devil
and 4.
really got.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn,
off your first 2
find
rides.
open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball.
Two
I
the
think we
same.
just saw that.
Yeah.
We saw
Like,
that indeed.
the
Picking
devil
up the
got
first.
insane. There a lot of
He
people
finds
don't
his
know.
man complete. It's Reed. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
What's in the cup, man? I want to know what's in the cup now.
You don't want this cup. Jesus said that, and you don't listen.
In motion, right.
You don't want this, DJ. You playing. You want content, gang. This cup.
They're going to run this
Come
one
with you,
tight
buddy.
end. And he
Gang, I
tries
died
to
5
power
times.
forward, but he will
Man,
not get back to
how
the
you about
line
to
of
die?
scrimmage. Call that a loss of
And
a
he
yard,
knows
and
you
things
can
get a
die
little more
again.
difficult here.
And go
3rd
to a
and
fight
5.
again
I
because
see
you
a
don't
shake of the
remember.
head as he gets up,
You know
and you
how it
gotta
is to control
imagine he's
myself,
thinking,
gang?
guys,
1
you
minute
gotta
I'm
help me
conscious, next
out.
minute I'm back to
He's
my old
hoping his
self.
team can read his
I'm
thoughts
fighting 5
because
different
he
lives. You
definitely
want to
needs
play.
some assistance.
Don't play on me, DJ. You.
Love from the gun on 3rd down. He finds Watson complete.
I'm glad you made it
And
through.
this is going to be another
Come
first
on,
down
don't
as they
play on
make
me,
the
gang.
tackle at the
You never
Broncos
play on the
39. Give them 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Well, I mean, we all here. We all trying to make the best out of it.
First and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line.
It's like a germ. Gang, we ain't heard. It's not nothing.
Love
This
looking
is
to throw.
respect, gang. This ain't no hurt.
Right side to Watson.
Stop playing with me.
They'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Yeah,
They
no
go
hurt. Ain't no
right
hurt.
back to him for
Ain't
20
no
and a
hurt.
first.
Gang is definitely not
He's
even
certainly
solid,
been a
gang.
huge
Whole life I
factor in
thought
this one.
everything
He's
was
got the
solid.
2
Then they
touchdowns
told me I
to his
wasn't even
credit.
touching
Now they
shit.
look to him again. He
Stop
picks up
playing
the
with me.
first.
Yeah, I
So
can
I
hear
ain't touch
everyone
shit.
say,
I don't
well,
want
why
to
don't
see
you
field.
cover and double and triple
Yeah.
and do what you have
I'm
to
not
do?
you on
But
the field your
sometimes
whole
they
life,
get
gang. You
locked
never
into
touch
such a
shit.
groove and such a
And
connection,
every time I look
it
at the
doesn't
phone,
matter
it
how
reads
many
my
guys
mind.
are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in
Come on,
that
gang.
groove right
They live
now.
in the Matrix. Somewhere on me, everything reads my mind. If I think about something, it pop up. I think about kill, now I got to kill. I think about being poor, then I'm broke as shit. Come on, everything I think, come on. I can't control my mouth.
Most
You talking about?
defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are
Hey, you ever been
nowadays,
thinking about some shit and then you scrolling on Facebook and you scroll past
you
what
get
you
even
see?
deeper
everything
into
I
it,
think
you get into the red
a lot of
zone,
people don't
they're
know.
going to guard it
Listen,
even more, which means
the world
more
is controlled
pressure,
by my
more
emotions
blitzing.
and what I think and what I say.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far. It's 2nd and 13 here.
Oh, it's going to be a bad thing. I got to think everything got to line the same. Right? That's what I want. Whatever you think, whatever you say, it will become.
Pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, and a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
They might need to change their pass
He spoke that up, and everything he said in that song came true. He didn't know that shit. What like he do that shit? No. It's subconscious, no?
An incomplete pass on that last play. That means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. In motion right, Dobbs.
Yeah, you can manifest your life positive.
You can't. Ain't no candy. Everybody doing it. You doing it.
So give him 2 yards
I
there
did it.
completion.
But I know how to
That's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute.
And Jesus told everybody you can do better things than me.
Don't let them get there.
I bring back the
They rallied and made the tackle.
That's all I'm everybody in this room. We're not in this room, but in my house, I'm bring back the dead. I
From
brought
the
back my
left
turf.
hash, this from
My turf
37.
died. He dead for like 5 months.
The kick by
And I came
McManus
back
is
and brought it back to
good,
life.
and they have regained the lead. So 2 lead changes already in this 3rd quarter. One side takes the lead with a field goal, the other takes it right back.
I'm starting to get the feel that it's going to be this way all the way to the end. I hope you feel the same way.
They do whatever you tell it, but you can't tell it what to do because it don't understand. So whatever it think it's doing, it kind of like think it's real. Let me tell you what I mean. You know why a lot of people never get through with their dreams and be successful? Because the moment they say something like, I want to be rich, they mind kind of like think they're rich already. And it's kind of like the trick. And they don't want to do it no more because they mind kind of like trick. Your mind kind of like work differently than everybody knows. Did you know your mind can't think? And they always have to think. But can't take it down. Thinking is kind of like a gift.
Ready to go again.
Nobody thinking in the world.
That's
why the cycle is going around.
And the key phrase, you
But
nailed
I'm
it,
crazy,
forced
DJ.
to, because you know
I
coaches
don't
are
know
going to
what I
short
think
field
all the
goals
time.
as a last resort, right? To them,
know.
that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuff
like you think a lot, bro.
Nah, I can't think. Every time I try to think, I crash.
Material.
When I quit thinking, it just starts being controlled by the devil. Everything got to do. Because the devil kind of like told me he was God. But kind of like told me it's another God. And it's a woman. And like told me I got to kind of like balance. But that thing.
But at least he was able to pick up a solid game to help his
Well,
offense
you definitely
continue
been
to
going
move
up
in the right
lately,
direction.
man.
2nd down and 3.
Real life true stars, Cam Capone news, you know. I see you also found yourself in some no drama. I mean, some no jumper drama. I'll be calling it.
They got 6 rings. You heard about that?
They call his number again.
Yeah,
It's
big
his
homie
6th
CC
catch
told us
and
that.
first down.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to take him out and deliver.
Here's Hicks. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
And decided to run a hitch route. It really helps how the guy can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Him and Wack was paid to try to attack me online. I got proof of this. If he going down, BJU, it's gonna get darker though.
So you say Adam got a sex trafficking ring going on? Like, yo, P. Diddy shit?
And it's complete. That
And
one,
his
a
name
gain
is
of
attached to
20
some
and a
things.
first down.
You feel me?
With that
You know,
last
his name is
completion,
attached to
CD's
some
now
things.
over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty good strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge the secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a goal
More than capable of torching a secondary any week is evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all
They got
to
real
see them take
sexy over
another
there. They
deep
had tracked
shot.
it down over the Adam 22, and they kind of like got mad. I was confident about the tape. They trying to backdoor me and get me killed. That's how people about it. They want to do me like popcorn.
At least on this
Down there in
drive,
LA.
a momentary
But I'm
setback though for
going.
this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first
They
down.
want LA. I'm surrendering.
The incompletion
Down there in
first,
LA.
now second and
But
10.
I'm going back. Nothing about the tape. They trying to back them. They got real sexy over there. They had tracked it down over the Adam 22, and they kind of like got mad. I was confident about the tape. They trying to backdoor me and get me killed.
Back and forth type of a game, hasn't it?
They want to do me like popcorn.
Took a
Down
little
there
bit
in
of
LA.
wind out of their sails to settle things down a little bit.
They're trying to do me like that, right? But one thing about LA, I'm perennial, and when you perennial, you kind of like going. You ain't all Mexican gang. I'm perennial, and when you perennial in LA, you kind of like going LA. They ain't know I was perennial. They thought I was just great.
And he is
They ain't know I was
into the
perennial.
end zone for a Denver touchdown.
But that was kind of like going on. But Adam Gay, he follows the police for money. Give him $1,500 a month, and he took an ass and keep it all on tape. That's no joke.
He took quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. And of course, we knew that he had a strong arm.
That part was easy.
I
You
wasn't
can see
gonna
that throughout his
They try to
college
kill me
career.
about
But
that.
what you want to
Content
know about
real.
a rookie
They keep
is
about this
when the
content.
pressure's on, can you throw with touch?
Yeah, they
He
monetize
just did
everything.
right
Yeah,
there.
even your
But
ass.
boy, it was pretty.
They ass casting over there, no jumper. It's called ass casting, not podcasting. It's ass casting, DJ.
And now the
You
offense
gotta
is
get it
going to
right.
stay out there as
You
the
should go over
Broncos
there.
will
You
go for
already
two.
going up. You don't got it. You're going up already. You good. You good.
Nah, I
Yeah, you
ain't
good.
into that.
You good. You don't got to get
Forward with Williams.
If somebody watch this, they trying to go up. They go over no jumper.
I don't know about
Yeah,
you,
they
but I can't wait for a few
they
years
kinda like
of 2-point tries
play
and
the
see
game
what the
and
data
get
tells
paid.
us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this
Over no
situation.
jumper.
This time,
You should go over there.
unsuccessfully. I
Yeah,
just wonder
they
if
pay
maybe
the game.
running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved
50
up
on
from the
that
3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few
And
more
thing.
attempts
Everybody
at
gonna
running.
think.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the
Oh,
ball
Esther probably got
will
his
at
Esther.
least be the equal of
Oh,
throwing
no.
it in that
He probably hit him
situation.
extra. Because he big as shit. He had hit him extra. So extra? Yeah, he probably got hit extra. Extra like 2-3 times. No, 22 times. Out of 22? Yeah. Ooh, boy, that ass big. His ass probably big as hell. For extra. It's time for him. Yeah. But I'm on his bumper about, he wanted to, Orlando Brown. He got mad Orlando Brown. They want to, so he tried to beat him.
Touchdown,
Orlando
wants to
Brown
kick
called
it
him like, yeah,
off.
nigga trying to believe. But he want to fight him. Stop around him. Like Orlando Brown, he a dog. You ain't got to try to fight him.
Oh, good
Right?
looking
They don't
return
got me
set
so
up
mad at
here.
him. So
A good
Orlando Brown
effort on
called
the
me.
return
I'm
there.
like,
Gets him across
you
the
trying to get
30,
you
up
extra?
to the 33.
You think I'm
The
not
home
playing
team's
games?
offense
He
and
was
their
going to ask
quarterback
one,
ready
two
to go
times.
once
They want
more.
to extra
And
on
he's
that
been a
jumper.
nightmare to
You
scheme
tripping,
against
gang. I'm not
throughout
playing.
this one. This
I'm not
defense
playing.
has been totally
They don't want
taken
to extra
apart,
on that.
and that is
It's all
borne
Orlando
out in
Brown,
his
gang.
numbers.
You see how they
He's
did
been
him?
terrific all game long.
Yeah, you see how Adam slapped his hand out like that? Did he say for more content like this? Follow no
About set
jumper?
to get this drive started.
Stop
The
playing
Green
with me.
Bay offense
Yeah.
at the line.
Yeah.
And last
Yeah.
time able to get 3.
Yeah.
It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of it.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board.
Admitted
This
to
time
being,
on offense,
freaky
he doesn't
man.
want to see the field goal kicker
He
try
asked
to
S1 BJ Maine, how was he packing down there?
For 6.
He was very curious about his penis size. I thought that'd be weird. But that's just the type of guy that he is.
I mean, no, I won't say this. No, I got more to do with it. He kind of like almost
He's tackled inside the 40.
he got over it,
to the
like
35.
he wasn't even in the
They get
interview.
17
But
more
you know,
on
like,
that
I'm like,
one,
oh, he's
another
like,
first
you know,
down.
that is right.
And what a nice
So I'm
example
like, you
of
guys got
the
to
tight
too,
end
but
doing
I mean,
exactly
I'm
what
gonna
he
keep it
needs
real,
to do.
right? So
How he worked his
I
way
ain't
to
with
the
all that.
outside,
I want
made
his
sure he
wife,
secured the
right?
catch,
She's white.
and then
I'm like, I
anything
ain't never
after
hit
that,
white
we count
before.
that as a
Right? I
bonus.
want his wife.
And
I don't want to
indeed,
hit him.
he gets enough for the first down.
Right? He was that goofy shit. You gotta give him his wife. Come on, stop playing with me. I ain't no. You Big Baby did it. And Big Baby said it wasn't that good.
Drops down,
So Adam ain't
incomplete.
got no good push.
Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's another zone defense. It
I'm
looks
not
like it's
hard,
open for possibilities, but he did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
After the incomplete pass here now, it is
Get the tape,
second
DJ. You
and
ain't
10.
able to know. Can you get the tape?
I gotta do my
Get the
research.
tape. Get the tape. One more thing, I'm playing. I ain't playing. Get the tape.
Off the play
You gonna
fake
see quick
run. And that's incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a first throw could doom your chances of the comebacks. That's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Yeah, this shit ain't funny y'all left.
How you know Wack
Now they
great?
face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Man, I'm gonna wiggle with the big. You got a lot of shit in there. Somebody out of trying to knock the
Again,
shit
it's
out.
Love.
When you laugh, you ain't funny. You know, if your ass that big, you know about shit in
And
there.
that is incomplete.
I'm keeping it real.
Pressure
Knock
there
that
on
shit out.
3rd down, forcing the errant pass.
Come on, gang. Knock that shit out, man.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. Pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Man, that's crazy, man. Shout out to No Jumper. You had something going on with DW
McManus is
playing?
good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So give him 3 on that drive. Normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder. A field goal is going to be enough because, as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
I'm going to tell you the real reason why he left No Jumper. Because don't nobody really know. You know why he really left?
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away.
No, for real. Like, Adam's small. Imagine this big ass nigga like Adam. Now, if Adam wanted to be first, he probably would have stayed. I don't know.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Come on, gang. That wouldn't look right.
Cortland Sutton,
Now,
the rest of the offense getting ready for the next drive. And I know that they double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing is they're working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have you done games where you've seen a guy have a big game like this? It's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
He like Snoop Dogg, right? LBC?
To throw is next.
Shout out to LBC, then.
That is caught by Bailey. This one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be around for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectations.
Daddy has, and I'm not really surprised at all, because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. He's a big-time player himself. They've got from start to finish and really help get the better of the opposing secondary.
You put the weed on
And I
top
think
of
he
that.
just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers.
I smoked out my
He
last time I
make
smoked
something
it.
happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
With no wings, I flew.
Well, play action is
Like I
next.
flew for real, guys. I'm flying. You think I can't fly? I can fly.
Williams. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
4
yards to pick up.
First down. You don't know. I know.
Another pitch and catch here to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as other receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That's into the hands of McLaughlin. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
Hey, so would you consider yourself a comedian?
It's simply covering receivers. Tackling is a one thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice short tackle.
You see me, sometimes I cry, sometimes I laugh. I don't know, I'm kidding. If I say
Forced
something
out to
good,
his left.
it's from God. What if I say something bad?
Good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards
laugh,
to the first.
it might be your ass, it
For
might be
Charles
not.
in the past, a lot of people call this offense one-dimensional. I think
I might be playing, I might not.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, You've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Third quarter of a 2-point game, a good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10. Now carry number 20 in the game. Here's Williams. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion and a very short pickup.
Maybe you bring in an extra defensive back because you're not trying to find that
I got to make a lot of straight.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. In motion left goes Sutton. Play fake. Nix. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's face it, the focus is going to be at the end of this play on the big-time game, right? He lined up on the left and worked his way all the way to the right. Before the perfect pass down. How about the offensive line and the protection? They give him enough time to work his way all the way across the field.
Chance to make that big play really work. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
I'm talking. Before I got my mama. Talk.
Hand off to the fullback Burton. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
They're from the west side of Chicago.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
They're trying to bounce it outside, but that's obviously not his game. He's too much of a straight-line runner.
Yeah, him in the outer third of the field, not a recipe for success. That time to loss. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. It's Williams. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play here. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
You're in a goal-to-goal situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime
So what's the
spot.
negative thing that Chicago has?
Expressing themselves to them as well.
St. Louis. What's in St.
Right
Louis?
here, guys, you might want to try throwing it.
Chicago.
St. Louis, we don't give
Dancing to his left.
and then listen to his op next.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
We just listen to the music.
Ball
That's what I'm
mix.
like. We ain't with nobody's side.
Touchdown run.
We don't get cool with as long as they make a new dish. I said, don't be like this record. That's what I'm going to go. Go there win. Kill everybody. Just make the new song and
They've
make it
already
good.
been on record as saying, hey, if our rookie quarterback's going to tuck it and run on a scramble, we kind of hold our breath. Well, that was a maybe no, yes, as he's able to get into the end zone.
He's saying he's got to learn where the line is about whether you keep your eyes downfield, try and find a receiver, or you tuck it and go. And I think there's going to be some growing pains with that. I think in this case, he made the right decision.
And we know he's got the speed. He showed it there.
We think this shit.
Looks for the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game.
Just to make you make a
So
new
that one
or
alone,
13
11
or 13,
plays
it don't matter.
and the
Whichever one
Capitals
they
put
choose.
it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards.
Right?
Yes, we felt that we are entertained by such foolishness.
That's good. It's good. Don't worry about it. It's good. Everything good.
Hey, so let me ask your thoughts on this trending situation, man. The professional basketball player Anthony Edwards. He's 23 years old, and he just had a baby with this young lady. They got a 4-month-old daughter, and Anthony done let it be known that he don't want nothing to do with the baby at all.
Damn right. I'm rich.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
This here the day before he got rich. So you gotta have a new way about rich bitch. Cause that old bitch gonna take everything. Come on, girl, you know how they is once you get that deal. So you gotta act like that's not yours. I don't got nothing to do with that. That's the old me. You don't understand. Life, you get to change.
Trying to get one more
right?
in
I
here
play
before the quarter
professional
breaks.
basketball now. You don't know this me. Somewhere on me, you don't be mad at him about that.
Love
Tell
now.
her find a new nigga. She gonna fuck anyway. And the baby gonna have about 5 niggas in life. How many babies you think? Listen, how many days you think one baby have in a lifetime?
That time on what's going to wind up being the final
How many
play
days
of
does
the
mama
third
think a
quarter.
baby have in one lifetime?
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL
So he good.
on EA
4, 5, 6.
Sports.
I had about 7 days. I don't know. I had 7 days, gang. I told mama. Every time my mom brings somebody home, I said, it's that. So
It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4.
I call him Big Daddy. I was like 17 years old, calling this nigga Big Daddy. I'm not keeping it real, guys. Don't play on me. That was my daddy. Don't play on me. That Big Daddy, he was clown line. He dead now, I think. He may be alive. I don't know. Shout out to him. Big Daddy. I'm my Big Daddy.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
I ain't thinking you shit. That was his name. I don't call him Big Daddy, guys.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on
Big Daddy had the big watch. Everybody bought crap for Big Daddy. Big Daddy had the whole hood, gang. That's what I'm about. Come on, gang. Wait, I'm not gay. I got my nails painted. Don't mean I'm gay, gang. I ain't have my nails painted back then. And I still call him Big Daddy. Everybody called him Big Daddy, gang.
Counter play with Jacobs. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right, they did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
40 yards rushing for him now at this point.
The point that the defense isn't going to adjust, and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over. They're likely to run the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of the other plays in the playbook for another time.
Here now, second and 4.
My biological father and my stepfather.
They'll send Reed in motion
Ain't nothing
left.
wrong with that. I had Big Daddy.
Play action this time with Love.
I had Big Daddy. Everybody had
Right side, by Dobbs. And he's down
But you know what? Don't feel bad, because actually my pops had us calling him the Big Cahoon.
Big Cahoon.
The drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They need to get at least 3 here to get back to a one-score game. I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting the field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try to get the ball back again.
I was always hungry. My mama smoked crack. I got to play why I got it.
Play action.
Right?
Love to
So
throw.
we never had food. So he called
That one thrown away
and I remember one
from
time
the
game came over there, they had
pocket.
the whopper.
Officials kind of looking at each other.
And we had the
But
whopper. I
they'll
had
say
2
there
pounds
was a
of whopper.
receiver
I like,
in the area,
Granddaddy,
so no
like, y'all
penalty.
ate. Now, mind
Just an
you, we
incomplete
had some food
pass.
in the house. But the food I ain't want to eat. So before he got there, I threw all the food away. So they like we ain't got no
Scrimmage
food.
again, the
So I opened the
40-yard
ice box,
line.
like ain't no food.
Second and goal.
Granddaddy was mean as shit. He hated me. Because he wasn't really my
pass.
granddaddy.
Here's
He
Jordan
was
Love.
real. He was my mama real, like, daddy. So I'm like, cool. So I opened the ice box and we ain't got no food. I'm about 7, but I think I'm smart. I'm switching. I took all the food, I threw it away. I opened the door. He's like, okay, cool.
How about
Take go
that
get
for
some
an
food.
answer? They
Now,
get
I
the
had a
touchdown
Whopper
there, and it's back to a
I'm like, Reggie, I got the
one-score
Whopper
game
coupon.
here in
Take me
the
get the
fourth.
Whopper. He's like,
That's what these
bet.
guys have
I
done
give him the
all
Whopper
game long
coupon.
because they
He goes by the
scratched and
Whopper.
slashed their way to
We get
stay
to the
in this
house.
game.
We
And
get
by
ready
now,
to
we
eat.
should realize
I'm like,
they're
yeah, he
not
got the
going
Whopper
away.
bag the whole
Now the
time. But he
pressure
won't
again
pass
swings to their
and grab from the
defense
pot.
because they're going to
He
need
go
to
in that
find some
motherfucker,
way to
pick
get
it
the
up
ball
and
back.
throw some beans on a plate. And fuck, I get a Whopper
McManus
with
for the
real
extra
something.
point.
I'm like, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. So he had the beans. I sit in front of the beans. Like, eat all the beans. You crumb chaser. I said,
And the
mama.
lead is
So I'm trying to eat
down
the beans,
2.
but I can't eat them. I said, mama. So he
this
got out the
drive
way.
spans
I just threw
7
him in the
plays.
trash.
And
Boom,
it
he come
ends with
back.
a
I like, I
Packers
done ate him.
touchdown.
I don't know how he knew. He walked right over to the trash, dig them bitches out, and make me eat them. But before he did that, he had a thing where he picked you up by one leg and turn you upside down. In the same motion, take off his belt. So he picked me up by one leg, took up his belt, bow, I'm upside down. He beat me on the back of my ass. He dropped me on my feet, and I landed like I had to eat the beans. I said, I put on my that's no
After
cap.
the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
But that was good because like my uncle had ate the burger, so a little bit of lettuce was in there. So I had a Whopper that day. But I had
And
a
they'll
little
get him
lettuce.
down inside the 30 at the 27. The Broncos offense and veteran receiver Cortland Sutton getting set for their next drive. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively.
The bean Whopper. It was good. Shout out to my granddaddy.
Denver offense at the line ready to go. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football. And a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A.
And then
And they'll
you
get
gotta
him
eat,
down
you
after
gotta
a
eat.
pickup of 8,
He got so
2nd
many
and 2.
balls. I thought I could play him. I thought I was smart. Yeah, y'all threw it in the trash. He found out real quick.
Until they stop him.
And that's why I drove his car to the garage. That's just what I'm
something going really
well.
Great
Cut that part out. Cut that part out. They can't find out the connection. Yeah, cut that part out. Cut that part out. Because he still alive. Wait till he dies. When he dies, you can put this out. The price is going up.
Looking left side, he's got him in. That's Burton. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Man, speaking on that, man, you know, we got a thing last year where they were saying, Captain Curse, you know, every time DJ you interview somebody, something happens to him.
Let me tell you something, though.
But times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many close
stops. It never happened again. And DJ, you hold on.
To make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate but aren't necessarily that position.
Yeah, we do it.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. He was close to throwing with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
What's that you put on the
watching this play when we had a discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you do? What's your mindset? It appeared to me that he totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last says, oh,
and I kind of like this.
you down,
like
and you're doing the right thing.
At that point, you can't get rid of it. But now you keep your people. So ain't gonna happen no more. So don't say that no more. You can't go up. That's probably why you ain't went up like center short this year. Right? Because you keep that kind of like in it. Right?
The line again with Williams.
And go up and be able to say I came here.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Disaster there, resulting in a loss of 7 on 3rd down.
You can't put that curse on me, DJ. Right? I wish I rebuked that in the name of Jesus, but then I'll be speaking blasphemy. Right? So I just tell you, don't do that to me, and don't do that again. And don't do it to none of your guys. That shit ain't right. Stop playing on me. GD. But you only die when you, like, want to die. I want to leave, so I'm going to leave. That's what I want. But yeah, but I'll make sure I don't snort no Coke fan. They probably die when they snort Coke off the table. Like, that's probably what they die. I don't snort no Coke fan game. I'm not out here killing people who taking watches and shit game. Only time a person die when they kill. Stop playing on me. Yeah, but when people die, they supposed to die. But they ain't die because they sit on your couch, either you can't control nobody's simulation. They die because they kill. They die because they bad. They die because they time to die.
Man, well, I appreciate you and your positive energy, your positive vibes, and I appreciate you blessing the couch for sure.
Fuck on, it's all love, gang. It's all love for Chicago. It's all love for every, like, I can't put a speaker, gang. Like, I could die. I died 5 times. But the moment somebody kill me that's just like me, the rap of God be on the world, gang. God don't play about me. And I don't play about God.
Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate that, bro. Especially having a relationship with God, that's important, you know? Despite all the trolling, that's what matters the most.
Yeah, I was no trolling, gang. I told you, whatever you take it, you take it. It's true for what I say. If it wasn't, I wouldn't say it.
These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A complete once again to Watson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Able to find his man, Kraft. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and 1 and a yard.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved.
They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get it to put it in, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Now they bring the tight end in motion right.